What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to tonight's live broadcast of the Savvy System Sister podcast. It's your girl here, Carmen. Here, of course, it's Sunday, and on Sundays we go live at 8 p.m. every Sunday. Welcome to tonight's show. We've got something really important to talk about tonight, so I am excited that you are here. And make sure you stay tuned to the end of tonight's show because I've got something so awesome coming down the pike for you, and I cannot wait to share it with you and so that you can experience it because you got to get the experience. Now, y'all, it's May 17th. So at this point, we are about halfway through Q2. Quarter two. It's halfway gone, which means we got halfway to go. And once we get halfway through Q2, or excuse me, once we get all the way through Q2, that's when, we're into the second half of the year. And so if you're not careful, a couple of things are going to happen. You're going to start spiraling right about now because you're like, whoa, it's almost halfway through the year and I haven't accomplished all the things that I desire to accomplish. Or you might be looking at your list and you're like, I have already spent this money and I've already done this and I've already done that and I just need a win. I need a win. So if you need a win, this conversation tonight is for you. I'm going to tell you with 6 weeks left in Q2, okay? Knowing that in 6 weeks, we're going to be halfway through the year, 7-ish months left in the year, I'm going to tell you tonight what it is that I need you to do. And I need you to start it right now, like today. Like, watch me, engage in the chat, and then go do this when we hang up or when we finish here. Okay? So there are 3 things we're going to talk about tonight because I want to make sure that you don't feel discouraged because you haven't hit all the goals that you've desired to hit this year. Y'all look at my hair. Let's stop and talk about that, okay? Because it became hair day real quick, and so right now we got these. Y'all don't be calling me no names to your stop. We got distracted. Okay, twist out gonna be popping in the morning though. See about me. All right, so this year is halfway gone. So what is it that you can do right now? Number one, I'm gonna get right to the points tonight because this conversation is not gonna be long, and I'm not gonna get distracted again. Point number one, the first thing that you can do right now, meaning when we get off this call, is to stop auditing your results. Stop. There are so many KPIs that you can be tracking, but you are only looking at the ones that tell you what you're not doing. And by looking at the KPIs and the things that tell you what you're not doing, in your head, it feels like you're not doing either A, enough, or B, that you haven't done anything at all, when in actuality, you've done a whole lot this year. Maybe not the right stuff, but you've done a lot already. So it's time to stop auditing your results and the things that you haven't done. And let's look at what you have done and look at the foundation that the things that you have done are built on. We get into this spiral this time of the year asking the wrong question. Instead of why haven't I hit my goals, I want to know the foundation that you built your goals on. And was the foundation that you built these goals on, Was it even strong enough to hold the goals that you have? If your foundation, or if your goal, is to make a certain amount of money and you haven't hit that goal, look at what you're doing, the foundational piece points. Maybe we got to take some things out because your funnel is too sophisticated for where you are right now. So maybe you've got to look at the things that you've been doing and the things that you've been putting out there, and do they reflect where you are right now? Or are you trying to copy somebody else's strategy, somebody else's funnel, because you've seen the results that they've gotten, thinking, oh, this works for her, so it's going to work for me? Chances are, if you're copying somebody else's funnel, it's working for them because that's their business model. That's their audience. It's not working for you because you've taken you out of the equation. You're not looking at your season, your capacity, your calling, your audience. You're looking at what's working for her over there, and it's not working for you. So all of a sudden, you think it's something wrong with you. It's nothing wrong with you. You're just building all of that on the wrong foundation. So, again, stop looking at your results, or stop auditing your results and what has gone wrong, and start looking at where you started building from. And once you find the gap between where you are starting from and the results that you desire, then most women, most entrepreneurs, what we're going to do with a smile on our face is start thinking about the strategy that's going to get us from point A to point B. And that's where you go wrong. Once you identify the gaps, you don't need to think about a strategy. You don't need to think about a strategy because, sorry, I said I wasn't going to get distracted. And here come that dryer. You don't need to think about a strategy. You need to think about the foundation, because more strategy, continuing to pile strategy on top of strategy on top of strategy, is going to do what? Well, strategy on top of a foundation that is out of alignment is going to do nothing for you but create more chaos. So if you already feel like your things are chaotic in your life or even in your business, putting more strategy, piling more strategy on top of the strategy that you already have there, it's just going to make things even more confusing. So instead of piling on more strategy, instead of buying, oh, I do this. Instead of opening and creating a new spreadsheet, instead of joining a new coaching program, because we like to do that too, or going back to school, when we feel like we're out of control, it must be time to get a new degree. When we feel like we're not making progress on in life in the way that we desire to make it, girl, let's go back to school. Let's get another certification. You don't need no more certifications. You don't need a new planner. And if you're like me and my beautiful brain, we write in the planner for all of 3 days, and then that's all we write in it for. 3 days. It look good though. It sound good, and then 3 days are gone, and I can't tell you what the planners are. You don't need a new offer. You don't need a new content calendar. You don't need any of it, because where you are right now, more strategy is not going to stick. And it's not going to stick not because you're not capable, but because you keep adding on top of the misaligned foundation. You've got to work on alignment in the foundation first, because your foundation at the moment is missing something. How do you spell foundation? Foundation. Foundation. But you not spelling foundation, you spelling foundation because you've taken the U out of the foundation. You talk about um you've hosted events. You've talked about the events that you've hosted. You are saying that people have showed up, but then you're talking yourself out of doing more events because you had maybe 2 people show up. You're out of alignment. You're out of alignment. You are trying to do things that are not in alignment with the business and the business model that you need for you. So you don't need more strategy because we're just putting more strategy on top of misalignment. And I need you to understand that strategy is not the answer, but realignment is the answer. And that starts with making a decision. You have to decide right here, right today. It is May 17th. On May 17th, 2026, that my Q2 is going to look different than any other Q quarter that I had. That your Q3 is going to look different than any other quarter that you've had or experienced. And when you make that decision, then you can make the decision also to make the change. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to wait till January to start moving in the direction that you desire to move in. As a matter of fact, you can start right now. Right now, you don't need a plan, the perfect plan. You need to make one decision that's going to help you focus right now in the season that you're in with the capacity that you have so that you can start moving toward the life and the business that you've been praying about. When you take yourself out of the equation, you are the foundation. You, yes, you. You are the foundation. And when you take you out of the equation, something happens. When you take you out of the equation, you go from a business to just busyness. And I'm going to type it in the chat because I need you to know. Those are my notes. I need you to know how it's spelled. When you take you out of the equation, then you go from running a business to just busyness. Just busyness. And so if you're ready to get away from busyness and put the you back into your business, then I have something for you. And I'm excited about it. So I'm hosting a free $99. And it's a workshop. Yes, a free workshop. We're going to get to work for free. In a couple of days, we're getting together for free. And we're going to put the you back in your business because without you, it's just busyness. And in my free workshop, 3 ways to put the you back in the business, I'm going to show you the 3 specific places that you've gone missing and give you one real move that you can take in the next 30 days. Because you have to be a part of your business. Because if you are not in your business, then it is just a whole lot. A whole lot. Y'all, the planes are out tonight. People are flying. I want you to put the you back in your business because you are the foundation. Go ahead and check out the link in the chat. Girl, you want to make sure that you are in the room because we are putting you back into the equation May 27th, 2026 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're putting you back in the equation because without you, Q3 and the rest of Q2 are going to look exactly the same. Without putting you back into the equation, nothing is going to change. You are going to stay feeling stuck. You are going to stay auditing your results rather than fixing the foundation that's going to actually get you the results. So I want to make sure that you are there with me again. May 27th. I don't know why I said August. May 27th, 2026. We're putting you back in your business. I hope that I will see you there because without you, it's just busyness. All right, y'all, this is tonight's live. Again, I need you to stop auditing your results and start auditing your foundation. I need you to realize that more strategy on top of a misaligned foundation just creates more chaos. And the second half of the year, the rest of this quarter, and then the second half of the year, they don't have to look like the first. But you have to decide today, right now, that things are going to change. And once you've made the decision that they are going to change, then they will. All right, y'all. I love you. I love you, love you, love you. I'll see you next week for our Sunday live. Good night.